All right, I think we're officially live. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in for the late night.
You have
Chat.
your late night sexy voice.
Hello.
Welcome
into
ladies
the channel.
and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies.
On tonight's agenda.
Weirdo.
I just think we lost like 5 subscribers.
So they're weird and kind of gross.
Yeah, we're 4 hours late. Usually we do Tuesdays at 5 o'clock.
Surprise.
Obviously, quarantine edition. We have no babysitters, no employees, so we tag teamed at the office today. We swapped, and then Trista came to help out, and then I was left by myself again with all the shipping, which actually was not that bad. So
I didn't leave you with that much.
There was not much to do, but it
wasn't bad.
ate tremendously into that 4 to 7 o'clock window.
Yeah.
Came home, took care of the fam, and then we get to finally chill and just catch a late night live show with you guys. We haven't uploaded any content in a few days.
I'm kind of curious to see how many people are
I know we're gonna have 5
hanging
people
out, being quarantined, and
we have all of our normal people.
desperate
Do you guys not
for
sleep?
conversation.
Who is doing the whole? Let's open up with this. Who's doing the whole quarantine situation? We are definitely on the stay away from everybody bandwagon, unless absolutely necessary. We're coming into contact
we're just
with
going
nobody.
to grocery stores.
Not even that. I have a fear of going to the grocery store right now. Actually, it's not that bad because there's no one in there.
There's no one in there.
So it's not too bad. So we go between here at the house and at the office. Both of our employees are not working right now for the next week or so. 2 weeks,
at least.
however long this thing goes on.
It was last week, and then part of the week before for me.
Yep. And this full week and next week. So we have 2 weeks ahead of us. So we're pretty much not seeing human beings, which is great for live stream. So we can actually communicate with some form of people, which is nice. Yeah, we literally have all of our exact same people.
Hi, guys.
That would normally
we
be
should
on
just do 9:30 all the time.
Does this time work for everybody? Drunk edition. This is not quite drunk edition, although I do have not LaCroix tonight. This is the tired edition. So I'm curious,
we're good.
Which state is everybody in?
Hi, Hugo and Tiffany.
Not mentally, geographically. Which state are you guys in? And how's everyone's situations?
Yeah, we're hunkering down. We're doing what we need to do at the office and just going back and forth from the office to the house. And that's essentially it.
Yeah.
We usually take our kids to our office with us, and we stopped doing that probably 2 weeks ago, right? About 2 weeks ago.
It was about 2 weeks.
We stopped taking them just because we read that the virus can live on packages for a little while, and
metal surfaces, which our prep tables are all metal. So I'm I'm wiping down in between every client. We're being careful,
but we just don't want our kids to get exposed as much as possible. So we're being careful.
Kevin said my town is like a ghost town, which is exactly what it's like in a lot of places. McMinnville, which is where we're at, is a very small town. We have about 30,000 people south of Portland. Portland, dead zone. You get into small towns, I feel like small town people feel like,
they don't feel like we're affected, or maybe they're invincible, or I don't know. They're
still out and about doing all their stuff. I don't know where they're all going. It's only grocery stores open, gas stations. We don't even have to pump our own gas.
I don't know. I don't know where these people are going.
So that's kind of our situation. But I figured it'd just be good to hop on here and talk about updates, what we're doing with the business stuff. Obviously, everyone's business is affected somehow. For us, obviously, FBA came out with, and that's about half of our sales. We split pretty evenly between eBay and Amazon. About half of our sales pretty much got cut off because we sell a lot of toys, electronics, the categories we can't FBA right now.
Yeah.
So we're switching gears. I'm doing a lot more online arbitrage and wholesale buyouts of stuff that I can actually send in. So it's been going very well for us.
Oh my gosh, we got a lot of East Coasters on here tonight.
You guys are at
shout out to the late night
12:30 in the morning.
That's crazy.
That's hilarious. So that's kind of where we're at with FBA. Sales tanked, and then now they're climbing back up because I'm actually getting some OA stuff. We're going to start listing the stuff we can't FBA as merchant filled and doing it that way.
Yeah.
Same thing with the prep clients, because another huge leg of our business now is the prep center. And the prep center is the same situation. We're doing our regular scheduled FBA shipments as we can. as far as what we can actually send in. And then anything that can't be sent in right now, I make a list. And then if the client wants, we do fulfilled by merchant, which means we can list it for merchant fulfilling, and then we can ship out their orders for them as it actually gets ordered by the customer.
It's been working pretty well.
So it's been going great. We have some people have never touched FBM before, and they're messaging me like every hour at this point. They're like, hey, I got another order. Hey, I got another order. Yeah. So we're prepping and shipping the actual FBM orders, which is pretty cool. So that's actually
going well.
Yeah. So that's all. The FBA side is kind of as under control as it can be. It's definitely not going to be scaling over the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or however long this goes.
Yeah, that was such a bummer. Like we were
on a really good pace.
We were on a really nice growth curve, and then this happened. So we were expecting to do a certain number in units, and that's not even that's
so we're gonna at best
we'll be lucky if we make half of I don't even think we can
at best we'll maintain what we did last month and just keep cruising at that. You know, we're sitting at about half of total units shipped out versus what we normally do. But because of all that, you know, that's kind of like all the negatives, but I bring that up to mention that we have went heavy on eBay. And we just pulled up the numbers before we started this, and we're up, was it almost 40% on account one, and we're up. It says we're up 300%
that's not accurate.
on my tech account, but that's because there was like no sales before that.
It would have been really easy to be up, you know, like
I could have done
I
could have done a screenshot and like blurred out numbers and like we're up 300%, guys. Like no, I had no sales going on, so it's easy to do 300% increase from there
for sure.
So eBay's going really well, and a couple reasons. If you guys have not heard by now, because I know we have like half FBA, half eBay people on here. With the Amazon side, this has come out with waves. Wave number one was Amazon said these categories, which is electronics and toys and all the non-essentials, cannot be sent in FBA until April 5th. I personally am not going to be shocked if they push that date back.
Yeah.
Just mentally ready for it. Not going to be a shocker if they have to do that. Phase number two was people started noticing that their FBA orders, the stock that they currently have in FBA, if they looked at it from the customer page, right, the actual product page, it was showing an estimated ship date 4 weeks out on non-essential items. So
I tried to buy a thermometer like 2 nights ago.
Yeah. It's like 3 weeks out.
Well, I hope I don't die because I won't die here before like
we had a family friend of ours that messaged me today. He sent me a text and he said, hey, I'm looking for a little iPhone mount that goes on a tripod. Do you happen to have one? Because he went on Amazon to order one, just a basic tripod mount. Cost like $6.
Right.
And he said that the estimated shipping date was April 21st. So if you guys are doing FBA and you haven't already, you can check your own products on the product page and see if that's the case. So that's why we believe that eBay is popping right now, because customers want their products in the next 5 days. They don't want it in the next, ideally the next 2 days is when they want it, but they can't get it on Amazon a lot of times for the non-essentials.
Yeah.
The products that you can get 2 day and you can still FBA are going to be grocery, beauty, personal care items, that kind of stuff, the essential items. So if you guys are not pushing eBay right now, I would highly recommend it. Same thing with Poshmark, Mercari, the other platforms. Push your products on those platforms. I'm listing right now. I just sold a little bolo. I was going to post this on Instagram. Headsets. Even the old school like Logitech and Sony work at home headsets with the microphone. I sold one the other day randomly. It had been sitting in our account for like 8 months and it sold for $40. What didn't even have a package with it. It was just the headset. Sold for $40. And then I looked through our backlog of death or money piles.
We have those.
And I found 6 more headsets. Some of them were new in the package. And so I listed those. We just sold one. I listed it about 2 hours ago. And that thing sold for $40 again, $39.95. It's kind of my sweet spot of my pricing.
Yeah.
RV flipper down here just mentioned another little bolo I was going to bring up too. Gaming headsets, but also with that video games. And then shout out to quick ship, sell, quick. I always have to give you guys a hard time about it.
I'm sure they love that.
Hugo and Tiffany brought up, we've been selling DVDs, puzzles, board games. Anything that's activity at home related, money right now. So video game category is blown up. Things like Amazon sold out of Nintendo Switch the other day, which has not happened in a long time. So if you can find Nintendo Switches and different consoles like that, easy money to be made on that kind of stuff, both on the Amazon and the eBay side. But it's been going really well on the eBay side. So that's kind of why we wanted to go live and share.
Yeah, just like where we're at on a, like, where are we going? What are we going to be focusing on? And I was going to say also, like, in my search for a thermometer a couple nights ago, I looked on.
You were hunting for like an
eBay.
hour.
Well, I like get this in my head and I need it, right? I don't really need it, but you know, we're all healthy and we're going to stay that way. But
I'm drinking every day, so I heard tequila kills it. So if I just drink enough tequila, I don't get it. That's how it works. Right?
Probably, yeah.
And then I joked earlier when I came downstairs because she was like, "What'd you do to your head?" And I said, "I heard that the virus sticks to hair, so I can sanitize my head now."
This will be easier to sanitize. Just rub it on.
I'm going to save so much money. I don't have to use as much.
No, I mean, so I was looking for a thermometer. I couldn't find one on Amazon that I could get in less than 4 weeks. So I went on eBay, kind of the same deal. So if you're selling on eBay and maybe your handling time is normally 4 days or whatever, consider pushing that up to 1 or 2 days. I couldn't find any even in the 4-day window, to be honest. So yeah, maybe tweaking.
I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Using hand sanitizer like hair gel. Oh man.
Don't waste my sanitizer that way though.
We need to do this late night thing a little bit more often.
That's
that
funny.
Is awesome.
So yeah, I mean, that's where we're at. I feel like everybody else, we don't do well with uncertainty. We're planners. We like to know what our steps are in the next month, 2 months, 3 months. That's just not a reality right now. We can't plan for that. So it's frustrating. That's so frustrating.
Yeah, that's the most frustrating part, is not knowing, because we don't know if this is going to go on for another 2 weeks or if it's going on for another 3 months.
Right.
That's the frustrating part. So we're human like you guys. Like, we get frustrated over the same stuff, like our own businesses, because we're always transparent and raw with you guys here. Like, we have multiple streams of income. Ever since we were doing totally fine, still growing up until Amazon made that announcement, Prep Center revenue pretty much tanked because there's a lot of people that send in category items that we can't FBA. We're still merchant filling, but it's not the volume as prepping and shipping. Our own personal Amazon account took a hit because we sell a lot of toys and electronics, that kind of stuff. So now we're switching gears over to beauty, personal care, and grocery, the categories we can still FBA.
Yeah.
That's all the Prep Center, our own FBA stuff. And because of that, we run a service where we can provide daily online arbitrage leads to people. That took a hit because a lot of people are frustrated with Amazon, so they're not selling on Amazon right now. Yeah. So we got a lot of cancellation requests for that. And then YouTube was the most random one. Our YouTube revenue and our views got slashed in like half. And I think it's a combination of people may not be consuming YouTube content as much now. They're consuming a lot more media as far as news outlets. And I think the other reason too is advertisers that pay for these ad revenue are not investing as much into the actual ads. Because a lot of these big companies are like, oh crap, we've got to withhold our funds because we don't know what the next few months will bring. So there's a lot of YouTube creators I've talked to already that it's the same story. So we're here to just share, like, our own businesses are going to be struggling and suffering over the next, hopefully it's just a month or 2 months and not, over the next 6 months or something like that. Yeah. But that's part of the reason we just love to go live and be raw with you guys, let you know we're here. Going through the same shit that you guys are going through.
Thank you so much for the super chat, RV Limited Flipper. That was not a plug to like give us money, we're suffering, but we really appreciate it.
Here's my GoFundMe link. Just kidding. And please, for the love of everything good and holy, no one create a GoFundMe for us. I will delete it right away.
Yeah, it has we weren't really expecting this, because when everything kind of...
I legit just got another email right now for another cancellation for one of our OA lead spots. And that's I just want to be completely raw and transparent with that whole world. Is
it's fine. We're
not going to sit up here and be like, oh, things are great. Just adapt and adjust and grow. Like, cool, get that. But shit's hitting the fan. And so is a lot of businesses.
Right.
We're part of that group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to be up here promoting fake news and everything's all fine and dandy. You just got to go with the flow. Like, the flow sucks right now, and so does business in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But you can pivot, right? There are things you can do, pivot, learn to adjust and grow through those methods. Like for us, it's eBay. That's becoming a bread and butter right now. So we're hitting that as hard as we can. We're fortunate enough that we've been having a lot of back stock inventory stuff we've bought over the last 6 months that's just been sitting in bins. So we're finally getting through that stuff. And it's really good stuff. I'm listing some of these headsets right now. They're selling for $40 a pop. Video games. I placed an order for quite a few video games with a liquidator. So there's definitely going to be... I just read Andre's. Andre said, I'm going to be happy that the deadline got pushed back for taxes.
But that doesn't mean that we should be procrastinating.
No, but I'm still happy about it. I'm still happy about it.
That's funny.
That's one of those do as I say, not as I do things.
Right.
I don't like doing the taxes. Nobody
likes that.
Shout out to Vasquez.
Vintage.
Vasquez. I've heard it both ways, actually.
Sorry.
I've heard it both ways, so don't come at me. Don't come at me, bro. Thanks for keeping it real with the community. We try to do our best to adapt, and our best wishes to you and the fam, Melissa and Abby. Thank you so much. Much, much appreciated for the $5 super chat there. It's going to buy our coffee once Starbucks opens.
I've been okay.
You have been doing very well.
I've been making my coffee at home.
Yeah. And as of, I don't know what your situations are. Every state's hopping on the bandwagon at this point, but Oregon, as of yesterday, was officially ordered to be on lockdown.
Yeah.
And they're going to be reinforcing it. It's a Class C. Was it a Class C misdemeanor?
I just don't know how they're going to enforce that. But
I mean, they're bringing in the big dogs is what's going to happen. But it's a Class C misdemeanor if we're caught outside of our house without an essential intent, which I think is kind of like, I get it, but Class C misdemeanor, come on.
I don't know. Yeah, so I feel like there was one other thing I was gonna say. It just fell out of my head.
eBay sales,
all of that.
Quarantine. This is quarantine edition.
I think I'm going a little bananas because I'm home with the kids more and they need to get out of the house. It's fine. We're all fine.
We are usually pretty blessed. We have both sets of grandparents pretty close by. So we usually have a schedule for the babysitting, which allows us to go to the office and get work done. So we've been doing the tag teaming and doing the best that we can.
How do I block this person? I don't understand YouTube. There you go.
Which one?
And also, I have noticed a lot of just like, oh my gosh, Poshmark is so slow. I don't know if I'm ever going to get Poshmark back to where it was, but
no one's buying clothing.
Nobody's really buying clothing right now. So hang in there, you guys. I'm still listing and still sharing my closet and just doing all the things I'm supposed to do in the hopes that when people do feel comfortable to shop again, that they're going to come back. So I think that they will, but we got to wait it out. So
Poshmark, if you can hear us, wake
up. Yeah, Poshmark is just dead. I think I sold two things last week. It's like,
that's usually our travel fund. Trista uses 100% of the Poshmark sales to fund our Disneyland trips and stuff like that. So how are we going to Disneyland this year?
Well, and Poshmark was going to be we have some projects in the works, and so that was gonna kind of just fund our bigger projects this year. And so far,
that's a good tip though.
I'll buy you a coffee on the Poshmark fund.
We get coffee when they open back up.
Yeah.
When people keep DMing me on Instagram, they're like, "What's your strategy during the quarantine. I'm like, list as much shit as you possibly can, because when people do come back and shop, you better not have an empty store.
Yeah.
You need to have items ready to be sold.
Right.
So, I mean, take this opportunity to list
especially
more.
on eBay right now, it is working. I ran a good auction. Like, I usually go through like 20, 30 or so regular like buy it now listings that are too stale. I've just been hanging out for too long. I'll put them on auction just here and there when I notice that our sales are kind of slowing down or something. I think I did like 50 this last week, and I sold 30 of them. So that's a pretty good ratio, just 99-cent auctions. And I made no money on those. So let's be clear about that. I charged shipping, but it did, I feel like it gave our store a little algorithm boost, and we did sell a lot of high dollar items that had also been sitting for a little while. And, you know, it's super random that those things sold. So yeah, I don't know if it's just buyers are bored at home, or if things popped up in our, you know, in the news, or I call it the news feed, but in the feed because of that activity in my store. So just kind of tweaking with the algorithm. Even I've had a lot of people that I've noticed say like, we're running out of inventory. I can't go to the thrift store. Just relist the stuff you have if you can't get, you know, extra inventory right now. Especially the older stuff that hasn't sold in a while. Literally unlist it and then relist it, tweak the title or price or something. And that's a really good way to refresh that listing. Yeah. So there are ways to kind of work around it. But yeah, it's tough. Everybody's feeling this too. It's not just us, and definitely not just the people in the chat. We're all feeling this together. Yeah. So, and I really do think that eBay is the opportunity right now. I still haven't started a Mercari account and gone that route like we talked about, but I'm sure Mercari is the same story. A lot of you are Mercari sellers as well, but shout out to Mimi's A for the $1.99 super chat. Much appreciated. But right now for us, like, eBay's the opportunity to pounce on, and that's part of being an entrepreneur, business owner, not just a reseller. Like, stuff's going to happen in any business that you want to pursue. You've got to make these little pivots when you need to. There's nothing wrong with making a pivot now and focusing on the opportunity now, and then coming back later and focusing on maybe your bread and butter was Amazon. And still focus on Amazon, and you might have to pivot the category, right? If you're 100% toys, it's going to be hard to FBM at the volume you can at FBA. Even though there is a 3 to 4 week delay on a lot of the toy products being shipped out by Prime, you still can take a huge advantage of the FBM. But you've got to learn to make these pivots when you need to. And I feel like right now is a time that we're going to talk about this more and more, is like, make the pivot now so you can at least get some cash flow coming in, because cash flow is king right now. You know, if this would have been a couple of years ago when we were like paycheck to paycheck to paycheck and writing red and getting overdraft every couple of weeks, like, we've been down that road. We know how that feels. We know what it feels like to have the creditors calling you 10 times a day. If we would have been in a situation like that and then this happened with zero in our accounts, we would have been screwed. That would have been very, very stressful. But obviously, we're a lot smarter with what we do with our cash flow now, so we have enough to float us by for a couple months. Cash flow is your number one priority right now. So I don't care if you love Amazon, you hate eBay. eBay's a cash flow opportunity I feel like a lot of people are missing out on, and they should focus on, because it can make or break you continuing to do this as a business. Yeah. And it's sad to think about, but there are thousands of people that are part-time sellers that, after experiencing this, they're not going to come back to selling. And that makes me sad, because it's such a great opportunity. It's blessed us. It's blessed thousands of our viewers and our private VIP members. Like, it's sad to think about how many people are not going to make it through this. So we want to do what we can here as content creators, just to come up here and keep it raw with you, let you know we're going through it too. We're not in any better position than anyone else because we have a YouTube following or any shit like that. We're seeing the decline like a lot of people, but focus on where the opportunity is. And it's different for a lot of people. For us, it's eBay right now. We're seeing that pop and we're seeing fire there. So we're going to keep fueling that. Right. Some of you might be Mercari, Poshmark, local selling. Yeah. And
Facebook Marketplace right now, by the way, hot.
Yeah.
Both ways, because there's a lot of people selling to make cash because they have no cash and they have no job now. And two, if you want to sell stuff, people are buying those puzzles and video games and activities and stuff like that.
Right.
I literally yesterday picked up, because yesterday was the last day for lockdown, or before we started lockdown. So I went out and I picked up, you guys, if you follow our Instagram, I'm doing a YouTube video on it. It will come out once they're sold. I picked up 20 of the stand-up Berry desks. If you guys know what these are, they sell new for like 300, used is about 120, 150. Yeah, I picked those up for like $35 each. I got 20 of them. That was pickup number one, directly pretty much across the road from that guy. Was pickup number two, which is a complete in-box Nintendo 64 with 2 games that go with it, both complete in box. I picked that up for 120, should sell for like 300, 350. And then my third pickup, not huge, it was a sealed Apple Magic trackpad. Got that for 45, sells for about 80 to 90. But people are literally just selling stuff right now. Now, I'm not saying go out and like shake hands and get germs, and that's on you how you want to do it.
Porch pickups. Don't touch people.
Each of these people I talked to, let me just be upfront. Each of these people I talked to, we made sure that we were both, like, I had brought hand sanitizer with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's super OCD because I don't want to catch this crap. I don't want to spread it to my family. But it was a sanitized deal. There was Lysol wipes involved in the products. There was hand sanitizer on both sides. It was a clean pickup. So if you're going to be doing Facebook Marketplace, please be safe first and foremost. But there's a lot of deals to be had and a lot of sales to be made.
Yeah.
On that as well. Of course, proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Right. Let's see.
How do we have 80 people on? It's like 10 o'clock at night.
It's 10 o'clock.
P.S. real quick. Why do we only have 9 thumbs up? Do you guys not like the channel? Do you guys not like the content?
Us. It's okay.
Should we turn this off?
It's fine.
Oh, there's popping. That's more okay.
They do like
They
us.
do want us to
Great.
continue.
Super. We'll stay another minute.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you guys so much for
our
hanging
YouTube
out.
ad revenue is down tremendously right now. Can we just get a thumbs up and
Just
make an extra 2
up.
cents? It'd be great.
Thanks.
I'm gonna get at least one troll that's like, I knew they were about that ad revenue.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, we're here to help you guys, but it's cool to make money on the back end.
Yep. Hit that like button. Okay.
I really hope no one took that seriously.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't make everyone happy. Cheers.
Anyway, yeah, I think that's, and I don't think that we've said this yet. Like, even though this hurts. I mean, technically, the stores that we source on a, weekly basis are technically open. If we were not abiding by this quarantine, we could source. We don't feel that it's necessary, not that it's not necessary. We are struggling financially, just like everybody else. We're seeing a little dip, but it's not worth the risk of going out and potentially spreading this around, bringing it home to our family, bringing it home to, yeah.
Were they open today? Did you see?
I didn't drive by. I wasn't on that side of town.
Today was the first day of the lockdown, and they said all shopping is to be closed. I'm assuming they would be shut.
I'm assuming they would be closed by now. But, I mean, even last week, I haven't gone to Goodwill in 2 weeks.
I drove by the other day, 2 days ago. Parking lot was loaded, and I watched people going in and out. I'm like, I don't know,
right.
Goodwills are questionable to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
This just adds another layer of
icky.
Yeah. I usually bring hand sanitizer anyways without viruses.
Yeah.
Going around.
So yeah, I even though it's obviously inconvenient, we also have to just be conscious of what we're bringing home to our families and our, not just our kids. I feel like the older people around us, your parents, my parents.
Yeah, both sets
my
of our
grandparents.
parents.
Like there's a lot of other people that we have to think about beyond just our immediate family. So yeah.
How many eBay listings do we have? So we have 2 accounts. We call it his and hers situation. Because her account is like the main account that has most of the shoes and clothing and stuff Trista focuses on. That's got 1,000 listings. Actually, 1,003. I did 5 listings on it today.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 1,003. I don't know what's sold since then. So we have 1,000 on that account. And then I just passed 100 on my little tech account again.
Yeah.
So that's been nice. And it's funny because everyone's always like, how many listings do you have or how many listings do you need to start being successful? It's not about the number of listings. Like, yes, you have to list. And the more items you have for sale, the more you can sell through. I get that. But my tech account, for example, and that's a public account. You guys can all view at any time too. That account, it's tough for me to get more than 100 listings because I'm selling in-demand items that sell quickly. So for me to list 10 things, I go from 90 to 100. I might sell through 3 or 4 of those items the next day. So then I'm knocked back down to like 95, 96, 97 listings. And then I have to go and list more stuff. So it's actually tough for me to keep up with that account versus something that might be more long tail. It's great if you have 5,000 listings, but if you have 5,000 items that are just sitting in your garage, that's not going to be bringing you cash flow. We're definitely, especially this year, we just really honed in on quick flips. I'd rather turn and burn and make 20% ROI all day long than be trying to hold out to double my money on everything.
As someone said that their Goodwills are closed. You couldn't pay me enough to go to the bins now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Like, I feel like
not even when I go back, I'm probably going to go with a mask.
You need to go with an N95.
The eye protection, like
full hazmat suit.
Full on hazmat suit.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so great.
I don't know.
You know how good of a video that would make? That would be epic.
Yeah, I mean, the bins is sketch on a good day. So
like sourcing at the bins, quarantine edition.
I probably sanitize my hands on a non-epidemic or pandemic.
You always shower when you get home from the bins.
Take my clothes right into the washer with no other clothes.
She's got a red bag with a hazmat sign.
My shoes stay at the door. I probably wash or like hand sanitize while I'm at the bins like every 20 minutes just because it's used clothing you're digging through. So it is what it is. But
holy crap,
somebody said
now we have 90 people on here.
It's crazy. Somebody asked if we're hoarding for our warehouse sale. We are not hoarding for anything, and we're definitely not hoarding for our warehouse
PS
sale.
government, we're not hoarding anything.
No.
You're welcome to come check.
You can come hang out at our warehouse anytime. You will not see hand sanitizer or masks anywhere because we're not. That's where I'm like,
we don't.
I'm sorry. There are people who really need those items. I used to work in the medical field. Charles was a masseuse, so he was close to bodies all the time.
I was going to say I wasn't in the medical field.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who need PPE right now, so we're not hoarding that stuff. And I don't even know when we're going to have another warehouse sale, to be honest, because even if they like open the floodgates and they were like everyone's well, I just don't know that I trust it yet. And we're literally, I mean, it's kind of like a retail situation where or a garage sale. Like we're having hundreds of people on a weekend come through our whole warehouse and pick stuff up, lick their fingers.
I mean,
put that stuff down. Like we just never know. So
it would probably be June. Like we usually do one time a month.
I'm not even sure if June.
Yeah, the first weekend of each month. Given that this might be all of April, all of May, June on the early side, we'll see.
She's gonna wear her Darth Vader hat to, or mask to the bins.
But yeah, a lot of our stuff that we sell in the warehouse sale is going to be not so much. We don't really get a whole lot of eBay returns anymore. But the Amazon returns, that's just a normal thing. So we usually sell a lot of Amazon returns. I buy liquidation pallets specifically for the warehouse sale. So it's not like we're going to build this massive backlog of inventory because I'm not ordering anything for it for a while. And we've been using this year to kind of phase out of doing as much local warehouse sale, because now that the prep center is growing, we're not going to have space anymore at this rate. The prep center is exactly half of our warehouse right now. Yeah. So our warehouse sale has become half of the space to make available. And as the prep center grows and takes over, I mean, it's going to pay for the rent for the warehouse, which is what we're using the warehouse sale for. So as the prep center grows, like we'll still do one. We'll do like a pop-up one every 3 months or so when we get to that point, just to clear out old stuff.
Yeah.
Look at you playing admin work over here.
No, I'm trying.
We don't have a
Gretchen tonight. So anyway, I think we're gonna maybe head out. What is going on with this?
Know. Like, you're getting all these late night, like, oh man. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of everything and where it's at. But
yeah, we're here with you.
Yeah, we're going through it with you guys, and we want to get on here and do as much content as we can. I've still got tons of recorded videos I'm going to go through and start editing. So you'll see us, actually one of them, I took a bunch of footage from a warehouse sale over last summer. So I'm going to edit all the old footage and put it up for you guys.
Yep.
So you can see the its and outs of how that all works. The freaks do come out at night.
Dusty, sure. I didn't see your question. Go ahead and post it super quick.
Trolling is a growing sport. Yes.
Hey, we're not having the Olympics, so
absolutely.
We could. Too soon.
They just announced that this morning, didn't they? They're pushing it back.
They did.
I think that's the hardest part with all this is, like, the gyms, the stores, everywhere saying, hey, we're closed, but we don't know a date.
Yeah.
Like, for me not having access to the gym right now, I'm going a little stir crazy. And because I sold my Selectex like a year ago. I can't find dumbbells anywhere on Marketplace.
They're gone in like a second. He's like, he'll be on his phone and then,
son
again.
Do we do liquidation pallets? I'm in Caldwell, Idaho. I do not know where to find them here. Amazon is building a new center in Nampa, Idaho, so I am looking forward to that. A couple things with that. One, yes, we do buy liquidation pallets. Typically, I'll cherry pick the good stuff off the top. That goes on eBay. If it's usually like, if you're buying liquidation products and on a pallet, you're paying an average of like less than $3 per unit. If it can sell for 30 plus, that goes online typically. And then the rest we put in our local warehouse sale.
We do not send any of that stuff to Amazon.
No, yeah. And we're not even going to touch
We've been pretty clear about that from the, for a while. It's how we got started, but Amazon has changed their rules since we've started 4+ years ago. So that stuff you cannot put on Amazon because you're not getting it from the manufacturer or distributor. There's no paper trail to prove that those items are authentic. So if you get an inauthentic claim, there's no way to fight it. You just lose your account. So
it's very difficult to fight that one.
Yeah. So don't do that.
And then the second
don't do that.
Part of the question is the fact that you don't know where to find them there. So you're in Idaho, which is still kind of like, that northwest area. You're just right next to us. Same situation here. There's very few liquidation places in the entire Northwest. There's tons of them as you get into like Texas and the South region. The East Coast has a bunch of them.
We usually end up buying our stuff from East Coast or Texas.
Yeah, so you have to be willing to ship it in, which you have to pay more in shipping, and we work the shipping cost into our buy cost. We're making those decisions. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really direct you on where to find stuff in the Northwest because we haven't. I mean, I'm sure there's some out there. I just haven't looked hard enough. But Northwest liquidation is very, very tough.
I'm going crazy banana pants, stir crazy. That's my favorite so far.
That is a legit terminology right there.
Me too. I feel ya.
That's awesome.
All right. So I think we're going to be done for the night. I need to do some listing. I have not listed a darn thing all day.
I listed 5 on each account today.
Great.
But I have more I can list.
I have so much to do. So thanks for not unsubscribing.
Not unsubscribing. We appreciate you being here. And it's like the thing I've learned is you can't make everyone happy.
Yeah.
Every video we've done, we've had people like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best video you've ever done," and then the other half are like, "I hate you guys. I'm gonna unsubscribe."
I hate you.
Has
anyone ever said that? Yeah, actually.
Yeah, I've definitely seen some DMs. But yeah, you can't make everyone happy. So we just get up here and it's like, you know what? If you guys, it comes down to you liking the personalities, is what I've learned. Because even myself, like I've seen some YouTube channels that give out amazing information. I don't like the person's personality, so I'm not watching the videos.
Wow, you're just that's sunshine tonight.
That's just an honest feedback, is like content creation.
Daryl will be subscribing. Thank you, Daryl, for your subscription.
Awesome.
All right, you guys, stay healthy, stay safe, stay in your homes if you can.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for being here. We're gonna try to do these live chats when the kiddos go to bed, and I mean, yeah, we're feeling lonely over here. So
we miss people.
We had just interacting.
We had someone drop by the office today that we know, and it was like, a human.
Oh, don't leave.
I don't have to like text you. You're there.
That's good.
LOL. Yeah. So this is going to be one of our outlets, is to pretty much get up here and chat with you guys.
For sure. All right. Have a great night, you guys. Make it a good one. Do some listing tomorrow. See you later.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.